Hello there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bond, James Bond. I'm a health and fitness expert. I work with people who want to improve their quality of life. What makes my service different is that I'm the only personal fitness instructor in the north of England who's a qualified medical doctor, and therefore I can take on the super high risk cases that other fitness instructors cannot or will not dare. Now today I'm going to talk about something slightly off topic, okay, but it's really important, and that is the ISIS crisis, okay, pardon the terminology there. There's a crisis developing or has developed in Syria, okay, with some Islamic Jihadists. Can I make one thing very clear to the general public? These people are in no way indicative of Islam. Okay, I'm not Islamic myself by any stretch of the imagination. Never have been, never will be. And there's one basic reason for that. My dad is the world's most devout Hindu. Trust me when I say there is nobody in this world who is the more avid follower of Hinduism than my dad. Trust me on this. However, for 55 years, his best friend was the world's most devout Muslim, Uncle Azam. Okay. Great man, got a lot of respect for him, and we're still in very close contact with his family. When it was Eid, my dad would always go and celebrate Eid with Uncle Azam. When it was Holi or Diwali, Uncle Azam would always come over, and for 55 years they were the closest of friends. Okay, now you talk about the conflict between Hindu and Muslim. Well, those two got on very well for 55 years, so I can't see any reason why other Hindus and Muslims can't get on. Okay, but just one thing I want to make clear to the general public. Nowhere in the Quran, which is their holy book, does it tell any person to behead anyone. Nowhere in the Quran does it talk about forced marriages, let's think about it, grooming, honor killings, holy wars, or harming any other person. In fact, in the Quran, women must be given respect and given their rights. Okay, nowhere in. So if all these things you see in the papers or in the media about Islamic terrorists, they're not Islamic terrorists, they're just terrorists. Okay, it's as simple as that. I'm quite proud to say I've got some very good Islamic friends. I actually have trained two Islamic people for personal training, and I'm quite to say that. Yes, so please don't think these people are in any way indicative of Islam. They're not. I'm what you call a second generation Asian. In other words, I was born and bred in the UK. So I'm about as English as anyone else here. But I want to make it very clear to the public that these people who you see on TV, who are in the press, they're in no way indicative of Islam. In fact, I can assure you, the majority of Islamic people, and I'm talking in excess of 99.9% of them, are very decent, law-abiding people. Okay, and they will abhor the beliefs and behavior of this very tiny minority who give them a really bad name. So let me give you a case study here. A couple of years ago, I had a young lady come and train with me. Now, let's take a funny thing. What happened? She was going to be forced into an arranged marriage. And what actually happened was her family had force-fed her to fatten her up to make sure no white man would find her attractive. She ran away from home and she came to Sheffield and she started training with me. Now, the reason she started training with me because I'm a Hindu background, so it was somewhat a bit more rebellious for her. And I got her in shape, and she was a very devout, what do you call it, client. Whenever I did a fitness class, she would attend, and I got her in shape pretty quickly. And eventually, she ended up falling in love with an English gentleman, and fell in love with him, and they got married. I think they've moved to Australia now, I believe. But what she actually did was, before she went away, she went on a beach, got a pint of beer and the ham sandwich, and made a DVD of her consuming both of them, and she actually gave it to me to actually forward on to her parents. When I wrote to her parents, I did say to them that nowhere in the Quran does it actually tell you to force anyone into a marriage. Nowhere in the Quran does it tell you, young women that they can't exercise. You can't, under the name of Islam, fatten someone up. In fact, the Quran actually promotes good health. Okay, it actually tells them to keep, tells women and men to keep in good health. So the bottom line is that, how to put this, Nowhere in the Quran does it tell their holy book, does it tell people to behave in the ways that these terrorists are behaving. Okay. Just as a take-home point, if you are interested in good health, look below. You'll see a little guide which you can get from me free of charge. It's called 100 or so ways to lose weight without going to the gym. Just click below and get it. It's completely free. My name is Bond, James Bond, leaving you shaken but not stirred. Bye bye.